The Chinese Communist Party has imposed sanctions against 2 Americans and a Canadian for condemning China's treatment of ethnic Uyghurs and other minorities. Those sanctioned include Gail Manchin, the wife of Senator Joe Manchin. Mrs. Manchin serves as chair of the U.S. Commission on International Religious Freedom. Also now denied entry into China is Family Research Council President Tony Perkins and Canadian lawmaker Michael Chong. Joining us to share his thoughts on this is the Prime Minister of the East Turkestan government in exile, Salih Hudayar. Mr. Prime Minister, it's good to see you again. So what do you make of China imposing sanctions now against those who are speaking out against the abuses being committed against your people, the Uyghurs?
This shows that the Chinese government is actually, scared that the sanctions against Chinese officials are, working, that they feel threatened by the international community pushing back. So they are, engaging in normal diplomacy, getting, pushing back with similar sanctions on individuals that they deem are threatening their interests.
Well, I'm sure you're quite pleased that the Dutch government recently joined the United States and Canada in declaring China's treatment of the Uyghurs as genocide. So that makes the Netherlands the first European country to do so. How likely is it that others will soon follow, given China's forceful response against those criticizing its Uyghur policy?
We're hopeful that the EU, especially the UK, because a lot of UK parliamentary members have also been sanctioned by China recently as well. And there is a genocide amendment that is stuck in the UK Parliament that we are hopeful that it will pass now. That would, grant the UK courts to investigate and prosecute, the issues of genocide. And this would, give them the right to recognize, what China is doing as a genocide.
And Salih, why do you think they're not being quick to join in on the genocide designation? Is it because of business and money with China?
Because, a genocide recognition would have more than just, the recognition itself. It would have a lot of impacts on the markets. And there are business interests out there that don't want, relations between China and the UK or their own countries to be, at a low. Because it might harm their business.
So once again, money interests triumph human rights. And I know many Muslim countries, particularly in the Middle East, have remained silent about China's treatment of their fellow Muslims, the Uyghurs. You hear a little outrage from them about China's forced abortions, the forced sterilizations that you and I have talked about, the rape of Uyghur women, the 3 million Uyghurs detained in prisons and re-education camps, many forced into slave labor. Now the Islamic Republic of Iran has signed a $400 billion deal granting China port access and oil rights. Your thoughts on that?
I mean, this was bound to happen. The Iranians, they needed a lifeline, especially with, the international community recognizing the threat that Iran poses to, stability, not just in the Middle East, but really across the globe. The Iranians couldn't find any better ally besides China. And because of this, they have to do a quid pro quo where they are going to remain silent on China's genocide against, Uyghurs and other Turkic Muslims in East Turkestan. The Chinese foreign minister visited Turkey, and Turkey has a very significant, Uyghur population. Not only that, but Turkey has, historical and ethnic, similarities with the people of East Turkestan. And despite this, the Turkish government failed to condemn China's atrocities. In fact, they invited President Xi Jinping to visit Turkey and develop, improve Turkey's relationship with China by making it into a strategic partnership.
What needs to be done now, Salih?
Well, we have been calling on the United States government and other members of the UN Security Council to raise the issue at the agenda, to bring it to the agenda of the UN Security Council, to engage in further, diplomatic and political and economic, sanctions against China. to boycott the upcoming Beijing 2022 Olympics, and to call on the international community to actually uphold the 1948 UN Genocide Convention and the 2005 Responsibility to Protect Commitment.
Okay, the struggle continues, does it not? Salih Hudayar, Prime Minister of the East Turkestan government in exile, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.